Everybody wants a side hustle. Because side hustle sounds like freedom. It sounds like you are one clever weekend away from escaping the system. And look, I get it. More income is good. Building something of your own is good. Not depending on one paycheck is very good. But a lot of side hustles are not freedom. They are more work. You finish your normal job, open your laptop, and now your boss is not Dave from accounting, but an algorithm. And Dave never asked you to post 3 times a day and pretend you understand TikTok. So before we worship the side hustle, ask a better question. What actually works? Not what sounds inspiring. What works statistically for normal people over long periods? Because this is where investing becomes weirdly underrated. And when I say investing, I do not mean becoming a finance wizard. I do not mean reading earnings reports at midnight like a raccoon with Wi-Fi. I do not mean drawing triangles on stock charts. I do not mean becoming the person who says macroeconomic headwinds at dinner and then wonders why everyone suddenly needs to leave. On this channel, we are going to talk a lot more about proper, simple investing. But for now, the basic idea is this. You can simply buy the benchmark. That means buying a broad market index fund, or ETF, that tracks a large part of the market, like the S&P 500. Simple. Boring. And here is the part that should make every beginner relax. Most professional money managers fail to beat the benchmark over long periods. There's a lot of research, like the one called SPIVA, which compares active fund managers to their benchmarks. Over longer time frames, depending on the category and period, roughly 80 to 90%, sometimes more, of active funds fail to beat their benchmark after fees. Think about that. These are professionals. This is their job. They have analysts, software, research teams, and fees. And most of them still lose to the boring benchmark over time. So if you buy the benchmark, you are not being lazy. You are choosing the thing that beats most of the people paid to beat it. That is the quiet joke hiding inside personal finance. The average person thinks investing means trying to become exceptional. But for most people, the smarter move is accepting average market returns. Because average market returns are not average compared to human behavior. They are often excellent compared to panic, fees, bad timing, and hot tips. You do not need to be supernatural. You do not need to outthink Wall Street. You do not need to find the next big stock. You do not need to wake up at 5 a.m. and research semiconductor supply chains before your actual job. Your edge is humility. Buy the benchmark. Keep adding. Do not panic every time the market sneezes. Then go live your life. That is why investing can beat most side hustles. Not because side hustles are bad. Some people should absolutely become entrepreneurs. A great business can outperform almost anything. But can is doing a lot of work there. Most small businesses do not become the passive income machine people imagine. According to US Bureau of Labor Statistics data, about 1 in 5 new businesses fail in the first year. After 5 years, about half are gone. After 10 years, roughly 2/3 are gone. That does not mean never start a business. It means stop pretending every business idea is secretly a money printer. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is a stress machine with a logo. And side hustles usually demand the thing you are already short on: time. Freelancing can work, but you need clients. Reselling needs inventory, shipping, returns, and patience. Content can work, but now you are competing with every person on earth who owns a ring light and unresolved ambition. Not impossible, just not passive. A lot of side hustles are active income. You work, you get paid. You stop, the money stops. Investing is different. Once the money is invested, you are not personally standing there convincing it to grow. You own pieces of real businesses. Companies selling phones, software, medicine, food, cloud services, payment systems, and boring industrial parts that secretly run civilization. You are not betting on a squiggly line. You are owning slices of businesses. Beginners often think investing is about predicting prices, but simple long-term investing is mostly about owning productive assets and not interrupting them. That is harder than it sounds, because the market will test you. Some years are ugly. Some months your portfolio looks like it fell down the stairs holding soup. And when that happens, your brain gets creative. Sell everything. Check the app again. Watch panic videos. Buy gold. Become a farmer. But market drops are not bugs. They are part of the deal. And if you own a broad benchmark, you are not betting everything on one company being perfect. You are saying, I do not know which company wins, so I will own the field. That is boring. But boring can be powerful, because boring is repeatable, and repeatable is where wealth usually lives. There is another reason investing matters. Cash alone quietly loses power. There is an old line from the lessons of history. History is inflationary, and money is the last thing a wise man will hoard. It just means cash feels safe because the number stays still. 1,000 stays 1,000, but the world around it changes. Prices rise, rent rises, groceries rise. The same money buys less. So if all your extra money sits in cash forever, it is not resting. It is shrinking quietly, like a sweater in the wrong washing machine. Obviously, you still need cash for emergencies, short-term goals, and peace of mind. But cash is not a long-term growth plan. It is a safety tool, not the whole toolbox. That is where simple benchmark investing becomes powerful. It gives your money a job. Not an exciting job, not a job with a podcast, a quiet job. Owning productive businesses over long periods. Most people think the only way to build wealth is to do more. More work, more businesses, more strategies, more tabs open at midnight. But sometimes the best move is doing less better. Earn money, spend less than you earn. Keep your lifestyle from eating every raise. Invest the difference into a broad benchmark. Repeat. That sounds too simple, which is exactly why people ignore it. Nobody wants to believe the boring answer is the good one. Because if the answer is boring, then there is no secret. And if there is no secret, then the hard part is just doing it consistently. Probably true. So no, this is not anti-entrepreneurship. If you want to build something, build it. But build it because you care about the work, the customer, the problem, or the upside. Not because someone online made you feel lazy for having a normal job and investing quietly. The benchmark does not care if you feel motivated. It does not ask you to make a logo. It does not need you to post on Instagram. So when we say investing beats most side hustles, we are not saying never try. We are saying know the game. Most side hustles ask for your evenings. Simple investing asks for patience. That's a much better trade.